paid media on Facebook has evolved over time, and it's, according to me, it's become richer and better all the time. So the simpler options of paid media earlier have been the very typical stamp ads which you would see on the right side of the typical Facebook page. Those were simple ads which were based on somebody. Those were when a brand, if you're a brand and if you want to use those ads, what you do is to select parameters that what's the kind of audience you want this ad to be shown to, based on geography, based on other parameters like gender or location, bunch of things, and you put out a budget, and based on the budget and based on the match of those parameters, the ads show up to those people. The ads can be what are known as a like ad, which maybe if somebody clicks, they can like your page, or they can be a click-through ad where they can be taken to some other piece of content either on Facebook or outside. So these are typical, very simple, plain banner-style advertising. Why they were called stamp ad? Because it was a very small size of an image and small piece of content which usually showed up. Beyond that, over time, many other interesting form of paid advertising has come about on Facebook. One of the very interesting one is a promoted post. A promoted post is when you want to reach by paying money, either a larger number of your own fans or maybe friends of fans and people like that. So you say, this is my really good post which I put together. I wish it gets more visibility to my friends. Normally, a typical post which you make and you put out as a free post reaches maybe on an average 15 to 20% of your fan base. So much for your million fans. What people who actually receive your post is a much smaller number due to edge rank and other factors. But now you come up with this amazing video. You say, oh, if only 15% of my fans see it, it's going to be such a waste. Can I get it seen by more people? So you can take a promoted post, which forcibly kind of shows up on larger number of your fans. You can also have it show up on friends of fans page and some other extensions which Facebook is constantly evolving into. Now there are versions of this again. There are extensions of the same kind which Facebook allows in terms of getting your posts having higher visibility. But what's exciting me a lot more are some more innovative ways in which Facebook is enabling advertising. The classic comparison between Facebook and Google was that Google was always closer to the point of sale. So if I'm looking for if I'm looking to buy a car, I've done my homework, now I'm looking for the best deal, so I'll go to Google and say the best deals on Volkswagen cars, and it'll come up. So now if somebody advertises, as an advertiser, somebody advertises at that point, he gets a benefit that I'm already looking for a car, I see an ad, I click and I maybe go and engage. Facebook was always aimed at profiles. So you say, I'll put my ad to people who love cars. But the person that person who is seeing the ad might have bought a car last month and is not likely to buy for the next 2 years. Your ad is wasted in terms of having a call to action which generates a business. Now what Facebook has done, interestingly through some means, one of the interesting things which Facebook has done, and it is definitely on in the West, hopefully it will start showing up in India also slowly, is where the advertising opportunity extends beyond the walls of Facebook. So what happens is that you went to a certain car review site and you were comparing cars, and then from there you happen to come to Facebook. Through use of cookies, Facebook knows that you have just come from a car review site, and it has enabled advertisers to take real-time bids on ads to show up to people who just came from a car review site. So now since you come from a car review site, there is a good chance that you are looking for a car. In real time, an advertiser can have their ad show up to you, and there is a much larger chance of you clicking on it and generating a business. So you are getting closer to the point of purchase like how Google would do otherwise. The other interesting ad opportunity that Facebook is throwing up is to reach your offline audience. So say you're a retailer and you have a loyalty program, and you have a large database of users who are on your loyalty program. Some of them like to buy menswear, Some of them like to buy women's wear, some of them buy household products, and you have it all worked out on your offline database. How do you connect to them on Facebook? Maybe a lot of them are already on Facebook, but you don't know their Facebook IDs, you don't know how to reach them. Facebook is now giving you an offer which says, you can advertise to what they call as a custom audience. A custom audience can be a bunch of phone numbers, or it could be a bunch of email IDs. So you plug the phone numbers, you plug the email IDs, and Facebook, through its internal records, finds out if those email IDs are connected to a Facebook ID and shows up your ad to those people. Now you know that this particular bunch of email ID is your loyal base who buy shirts from your store. You can convert this into a custom audience campaign and put a creative of the ad which addresses the specific shirt buying concept and tells them that, hey, you're a customer of ours, love to have you on our Facebook page as well. So it's a very specific, well-directed ad which reaches the right audience and potentially brings them onto your Facebook page as well. That's an interesting new thing which they've started. Let's look at one other opportunity. So increasingly, a lot of access to Facebook happens through the mobile devices. Earlier, Facebook suffered in the sense that the stamp pads which were on the right side of a typical Facebook page wouldn't show up on a mobile interface, and Facebook stock went down because it was missing out on the whole mobile user experience. So it's come out with some really interesting ads which show up on mobile. There are ads which show up right through the whole mobile screen, video ads, very creative ads, and which engage people, and there are additional information that the advertiser knows about the mobile usage pattern, and it can be really well directed. Today we are also getting into an app economy, right? An economy which is applications on mobile devices are such a big factor, whether it's an Android or an iOS or whatever. Facebook now offers you an ad opportunity where it will show up on the mobile interface, and the call to action will be straight to the mobile app install. So you're cutting everything in between. You're not driving them to a website, you're not doing any other save. As soon as they see the ad and there is interesting copy, it engages them, they click on it and they go straight to a download page. So immediate action happening. There are other premium properties which they have now. You can have ads appearing on the main Facebook wall itself. In addition to the ones which are appearing on the right side, nice large creatives, maybe a big image, maybe a big video, all of these appearing. It's a premium ad product. There's an ad format which appears as the logout ad, as they call it. As soon as you log out of a Facebook page, there is a certain screen which comes up. Now, millions of people log in and log out of Facebook every day. As they log out, the next screen which appears is a logout ad. Obviously, this ad is not having a call to action back onto Facebook because you have logged out of it. But after logging out, if you want to drive traffic to your website or something, that nice large video or nice large image can be your advertising mode, and it can take them to a different web property of yours. And it has huge numbers of reach because millions of people are logging in and logging out of Facebook every day. So in short, Facebook is constantly innovating. Okay, one last part of Facebook advertising which I will tell you, which is based on the Open Graph. Open Graph is an interesting element in the Facebook armory, you can say, which enables applications to throw interesting statuses. So it can say that so and so has listened to this song on Spotify right now. Okay. So now, in addition to statuses like liked and commented and shared, which were the Facebook verbs, you are going to see some new verbs that listen to a song or cooked a recipe or something. Now, as an advertiser, today through special advertising APIs, it is possible for me to target in real time a user who has had a certain Open Graph status. So it's Valentine's Day, for example, and I'm a jewelry company having great diamond jewelry. I want to reach those people who have been listening to mushy romantic songs right now on Spotify. So I say, okay, somebody's status which listen to any of these songs on Spotify, show up my ad, and that listening should have happened in the last half an hour. So it's really fresh. The person is in the mood, and to them I show them a Valentine's Day ad with the right messaging. The chance of conversion are much higher. So really interesting connection between an Open Graph status, and advertising is what what Facebook is bringing up. The thing which I'm anticipating is a connect to the search graph. The Facebook has just recently launched search graph. The amount of interesting matches which we find when we do the search graph is fantastic. Now if I find a certain combination in search graph, all Facebook needs to do is to add a link below, advertise to these guys. So I've done my hard work to find those who like this, and they like this, and they like this, and they show me a bunch of people. All that Facebook needs to do is click here to advertise to this bunch. It'll be amazing. I'd love to have that. So that's still to come, I hope. That's not there already. The rest of the stuff which I talked about is already there, and gives great opportunity for brands who want to spend money and advertise on Facebook.